Reading can be so much fun. And if something scary is what you're hoping, open up a haunted book. The library is open. Here is another great book that I found at Burlington. I love these books. This one was only $5.99. And I think they're really great. They're cardboard, but they're lightweight and a sturdy quality. I love the foil work, and I love the fact that it's titled Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It inspired the entire theme for this book. Here I found this image online and printed it up. I trimmed it to fit on the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it down, leaving this side edge to wrap around. It creates a little more depth. I love the fact that it's a hallway coming down to Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. This is an image of an arch that I printed up, and I'm going to create a bit of a shadow box, which makes the background look much further behind. You can imagine yourself going up that staircase. So I'm trimming these arches to fit. And you can see how I'm creating a bit of a shadow box on the right and an open window on the left. I've trimmed them to fit. And now I'm going to glue the inside arch on some black poster board. This will make it more steady so that it creates a proscenium front to our book. I've used my spray adhesive, and now I'm just going to trim the edges and dry fit it one more time to make sure. I'm using my straight edge to fold the black poster board. This will create a crease where I will be gluing it onto the inside cover of the book. I'm also folding down the outside edge, which I can use to help make that edge a little more sturdy. I'm going to do a dry fit again, and it looks like it's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out using my X-Acto, leaving just the empty arch. It looks so good, and now it'll stand up when the book is open. Here are two images that I printed up online, but I really like the one I have in the arch right now. It has more light in the picture, so it creates more depth, and it looks like we're looking out the window into this creepy, haunted forest. I'm going to attach that by first securing it with some tape, and then using my Elmer's paste to glue the rest of it onto the forest image. I like the paste because it doesn't get the paper wet, and it helps avoid wrinkles when you're putting it all together. I'm ready to glue the inside stairwell down to the book, and now I'm going to glue my archway to the front. The last step is to add the paste and glue my inside cover down. And there it is. It's ready to go. Now all we need is the Frankenstein monster. Here is a big decorative box that I found at the home goods store. I love the color and the style of the outside, and I thought it would look like a great book. This is a cute little animated tree that lights up and talks that I found at Michael's, and it inspired the entire theme for the book, a haunted forest. I found these images online and printed them up. This is a tree that I found that really closely matched my animated tree. So I printed it up, cut it out with my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to glue it together to make a standing background tree that goes with my animated tree. Looks pretty good. Here I printed up a couple of more images and changed the color of them. They're a little smaller so that they can fit in the background. Gluing a paper roll to the back of my large tree so that he can stand up in the scene. Now here are the finished images, singed edges that I've glued inside the book. Now you can see how my large guy's going to look. I'll need to cut out the little guys, and they're going to be pasted directly onto the background. I'm going to make a wooden stand for my large tree now, and I've painted it a color to match. Has anyone seen Little Red Riding Hood? This is another really cool book that I found at Burlington. This large book was only $7.99, and I love the quality and the look of it. It's got this really neat inside too, but of course I'm going to cover all that up. So I found this really cool image of an attic online, and because the book is so much larger, I needed the image going on the inside to be larger. So I cropped it into 4 separate sections and enlarged each section to fit on an 8.5 by 11 inch page in landscape format. I used my paste and some tape to glue these together at the top and the bottom. I really like this image so much. It has a staircase as if though they're coming into an attic. It has this cool door where somebody's probably locked in, and it's got a chest and another door. It really gives you a sense of space. Now I'm trimming the images to fit. I'm going to use my straight edge and a razor and also my scissors. Try a dry fitting, make sure it's going to fit in there without any wrinkles. Now I'm going to use my Elmer's glue paste again and work pretty quickly before the paste dries. I want to go ahead and stick it in there. Make sure I don't have any of those wrinkles, and there it is. My attic is ready to go. In decorating the inside of my book, I knew I was going to need some furniture. So I'm taking some wooden pieces, my hot glue, and some stain, and I'm going to mix them all together, and hocus pocus, I've got a cute little staircase. This is going to be the perfect scale and will give me a level to put something cute on. Oh, book! Here is a really cool book that I found at Burlington for only $5.99. It's made of cardboard, but really nicely done. I printed up these images online in black and white on some cardstock to make the interior. I also cut out the center of the fireplace in the image and printed up a color image of the fire to make the inset. I think it's going to look really great. I'm using black poster board to create my edges of this image. And what that's going to do is pull it out further from the back of the box, which creates a recess for my fireplace, and it's still inset in the book. They're about 1 inch in depth, and I'm framing the entire image so that it sits in there really tightly. And now I'm creating the framework to hold up my fire image. The next thing is to glue the fire to another piece of poster board to make sure it's sturdy enough. Normally I'd use spray adhesive or paste, but the hot glue will work just fine in this case because you'll never be able to see the ridges that far back. I'm feeling pretty good about the way it looks, so I'm just going to go ahead and run a bit of hot glue on the top and the bottom edge and stick it in place. Ready to insert it. I think it looks fantastic. So using spray adhesive, I'm gluing on the inside cover. Now here's something that I've had for a while. I'm not even sure where I got it, but it's a little party favor black cauldron that I was able to cut in half just with the scissors. I think it looks great in the fireplace. And just like that, it looks fantastic. I've added my little stir stick. How's that for realism? Bubble, bubble, toil in trouble. I found this book at the home goods store, and I love the fact that it's a sturdy wooden book. The artwork on the outside is beautiful. I love the saturated colors. I found this image online, and I love the way it matched the saturated colors of the book itself. So I cropped it into 2 pieces and printed it on 8.5 by 11 sheets. And now I'm going to singe the edges using a lighter. I'm working on a pizza plate here to make sure that I don't burn the whole place down. What I do is just take and light the edge, let it burn for a few seconds, and then snuff it out with a wet paper towel. I think it looks pretty good. Let me do a little dry fit here. It's gonna look fantastic. The next step is to glue it into the book. I decided to use my regular trusty paste, but it didn't work. It was a total fail. The inside of the book is slightly glossy and it wouldn't stick. So I'm using my regular spray adhesive, and that did work. And here are the images glued to the inside. Now all that's left to do is the fun part. Pop a kettle on!